It's a rivalry that defines the sport. One that everyone points to when asked what makes a good or classic rivalry in college football. The Scarlet and Gray against the Maize and Blue. Two diametrically opposed programs who will meet again to continue a rivalry that has had everything from Heisman statements to pepper spray at midfield. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Will kick it away to start. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He gets a block. Got a little room. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get it. It's a touchdown.
And you cannot start this game any better than to take the opening kickoff all the way to the house. How about the speed by the return man? Once he got in the open field, that dude was gone. This place is going crazy.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. How about that for starting things with a bang? Opening kickoff and house that baby. What a job there. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I can go back to 2006 when they were 1-2 in the country. You know, like these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Firing to the right, complete. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. The hand to the running back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got him downfield. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy passing catch.
Almost had a lot more room there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 36. The Wolverines can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup. Winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one.
There he goes. Races down to the 2 and stopped just short of the goal line as he goes out of bounds.
That is such a big play for the offense. A lot of these fourth down pass plays are just designed to pick up the first. They get even more. They get an explosive play, and that has got to be huge for the offense's confidence.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Motion from the wideout. Coming out on first down with the play fake. He's going to take a shot right away. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, a great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too.
Well, there's no mystery who they're throwing the football to, but defenses still can't find a way to cover this guy. With that last catch, he now has over 1,500 receiving yards on the season.
He caught it! They will score! Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll bring it out. It's Dennis. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Caught behind the line. It's Burns. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size. Still got him on the turf. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop.
And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. And the Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. He's got great speed. There he goes. Open it up. He will score. Touchdown, Ohio State. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on those. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
So here comes the Michigan offense. Looking downfield on first down. And he just flat missed it. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Flips it out on the screen. Can't get him to the ground. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield.
Oh, he found a space on the right. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Lost a throw on first down. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asked to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
Makes the grab. Touchdown, Wolverines. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Looks like he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, both teams doing some early work, and now they'll try to add to this 21-14 lead. Breaks into the open. The 40. Past the 30. The 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all away. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the big fella. Finds a crease at the 20. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do it.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. And how about this Buckeye defense? This is not all flash and score around here these days.
And when you've seen Ohio State really be great and make those playoff runs, you always pick out those big defensive linemen that can get their hands on the quarterback and get him on the ground like they did right here.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Fires it incomplete.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Finds him out of the backfield. He stopped quickly, but not before he has enough for the 1st down.
Oh, and I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly.
Man, this guy's closing in quickly on 100 yards receiving. We're not even out of the 1st quarter yet. We knew he was going to be a big part of the game plan and the strategy, but every time they've looked his way, he's been making a big play, and that's something the defense, they have to be aware of moving forward.
3rd down, the focus of the defense has to shift. It has to change. We have to understand now exactly where the sticks are. We can't give up those plays for them to get beyond the sticks and get those 1st downs.
Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the 1st half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. The give to the back. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. And they take it in for 6 more points. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
He'll bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. Robinson looking to pass. Shoots it to the left. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Steps away to find some room. It's complete on the right side. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Will we see more offensive firepower on display, or will the defenses finally find their footing? We're ready to go here in the 2nd. First play of the period, 1st down here. Quarterback on the keeper. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in second and short, second and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a...
He'll off one deep down the left side. He's got it. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home. It's almost as if he's racing against himself out there. This speed, dare I say, is Galloway-esque.
Yes, definitely can fly, and it dictates the whole coverage. It dictates the defense to you. You think you want to put that guy on an island with a cornerback? No, I better get a safety over the top to help. He changes the whole structure of a defense with that blazing speed.
And the Buckeyes are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. First play of the drive, lost to throw. Buys a little time. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. They'll give it to the back. There he goes. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Got a man, it's Dennis.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle, it's Burns. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. Buys a little extra time. He caught it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
Lets it fly. And that one sails through the back of the end zone.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Touchdown, Wolverines! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
The Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Robinson will throw. Looking to the big tight end. On target over the middle. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
Really nice throw there to get the 1st down. And, you know, when you think about Ohio State quarterback play, especially here recently, it all comes down to efficiency. You have to make good decisions. You got to read the defense, and you got to be accurate. When you think of guys like Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud, guys who went in the 1st round, that's what they did. And this guy right here, I think he has the ability to be a 1st rounder in the future.
The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Trying play action. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Makes the grab. It's Culliver. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. A fortuitous penalty here. The defense had stopped them, but this offense, thanks to the flag, will have a fresh set of downs. Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He's got an open man. Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Robinson looking to pass. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. These corners backing off a bit. That's caught. It's Dennis. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Wants to go up top. Gets it out fast. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires on the move. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Just keeps slinging it. Got his man on the right. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. And the Wolverines have their offense in high gear. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Putting together a nice drive. Couple of first downs in the books. Now 1st and 10 from the 44. Looking to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. They know how dangerous this guy is after the catch, and boy, oh boy, they set their hair on fire and caused a wreck on that hit.
They sure did. You got to be careful, too, because they sold out on that hit, and if they missed, that tight end was going to be able to advance the football, but boy, oh boy, this defense playing physical.
Second down, they'll go to the air. A strike downfield. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. To the air on first down. Here's a heat. Got his man. Turning it on. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The Wolverines in the hurry-up. Defense in press coverage. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Finds his back in the middle. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. going to take a knee. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Robinson will throw. Now adjusting. Fires on the move. Complete downfield. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Off the play fake on first down. The sure hands, it's Dalton. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Off play action. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Intercepted, number 19. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here in the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain, so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Under fire. Makes the grab. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
He'll throw on third down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Makes a catch down the right side. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverine.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well,
this defense knew coming into this one, this offense would take shots. They know they have targets that can fly, push down the field vertically. Nice job in coverage there.
Robinson looking to pass. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the roar of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice.
Lets it fly. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Touchdown, Ohio State. An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. And the Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Rush is on him. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a first down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Looking to throw on first down. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
Man, this guy has had an amazing year all season long. He has stepped up and made plays for his team when they needed it most. And with that last completion, he's now crossed 4,000 yards passing for the year.
Well, look what's happening now. Old Uncle Mo has hit the transfer portal and is changing sidelines. Right on the money. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds his target down the middle. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The Wolverines have this offense rolling. They go to the ground. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Lost to fire on second down. It's complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for 6. Intercepted to stop the threat. One thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. He looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn on the Jets, making the big play.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. The home team is within striking distance, but time is not on their side. Time to see if they can solve this riddle. The Buffalo offense and defense have complemented themselves very nicely today. And this fan base always travels well. All of those factors could equal a big-time road win.
Finds his tight end.
It's still a one-score game. They're trailing by 8 to Buffalo. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. This dude is having a day, and with that one, he's halfway to Chase Young's 4-sack single-game record.
Go get it, young fella. Just quickness, speed off the edge, getting to the quarterback. You got to be relentless when you're chasing the quarterback. And Chase Young's record, if you can go get that, you go get that big fella, that superstar, woof, that would be a fun day.
Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message. Not sure what it is, but he's going for it close to his own end zone. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Zings it complete to the right. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a 1st down.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the 3rd quarter, 2nd half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the 2nd half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. 3 yards, 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Fires to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to keep it in the air. Caught over the middle. It's Dennis. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
This is why he's the quarterback leading his team, because he can do things like that, the unscripted stuff, and buy time, scramble outside the pocket, complete the pass down the field. Just so hard to stop as opposed to a guy that just stands in the pocket and you know exactly where he's going to be at.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Ohio State. The defense gets it done with a huge interception return.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball skills just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something.